As we unfold the pages of history, we can come across a number of different personalities who have left a significant mark in the past. One of such great personalities of all time is Timurlane. Today, we present 10 things about Timurlane that you must know. At number 1 he had notable physical disabilities. The Western version of Timur's name, Tamerlane, came from the nickname Timur-e-Lane, which means Timur the Lame. When a pair of Soviet scientists were sent to Samarkand to examine the body of Timur in 1941, they uncovered a variety of disabilities in the tyrant's body. Stalin and a large number of Russians were curious to determine if it was the real tomb of Timur and whether the stories about his injuries and lameness were true. At number 2 he was a military genius. Timur's military career began in an inauspicious manner as he plotted against the Mongols. When the enemy learned of his plan, he had to flee and become a bandit to survive. His success as a mercenary in Persia helped him garner a large following, and he collaborated with Amir Hussain to start conquering territories. By 1366, the duo had control of Transylvania, but 4 years later, he killed Hussain, so Timur became the leader of the entire region. At 3 we have the massacre at Isfahan and Skull Pyramids. When it came to enemies who resisted, Timur was merciless. It was normal for his men to throw enemies off cliffs, or else they were burned alive. His army would also kidnap women and leave their young babies alone to die. One of his favored punishments was to create a pyramid comprised of skulls of enemies who refused to surrender. Among the most infamous example of this gruesome act occurred at Isfahan in 1387. At number 4 we have the massacre at Delhi. Timing is everything, especially in warfare, and Timur picked the perfect moment to launch his invasion of India. Between 1388 and 1394, there were 6 different sultans, and when Nasir-ud-Din Muhammad gained the throne, he became embroiled in a 3-year war of succession with Firuz Khan. The chaos can be summarized by the fact that there were 2 sultans operating at the same time, one at Delhi and other at Firuzabad. In 5 we have Butchery at Baghdad. When he conquered Baghdad, Timur once again indulged in his favored passion, mainly massacring resistance and creating pyramids out of skulls. By 1399, Timur and his army had already conquered an incredible amount of territory, but he was far from being finished. It is impossible to say how much he would have conquered had he stayed alive for another decade. Although it is worth noting that he was possibly in his mid-70s when he died and was certainly in his late 60s. 6. He crushed the Christians. The Knights Hospitaller had succeeded in holding off the Ottomans for over a century because they created an impressive stronghold in the 14th century. It was located close to Rhodes on the Asia Minor coast. The town Bodrum was once called Halicarnassus and was the birthplace of Herodotus. Although they were able to fend off the Turks, they underestimated the strength of Timur and his army. In 7 he was an equal opportunities butcher. Although Timur considered himself a Muslim, some of his most vicious acts were carried out against his fellow Muslims. After dealing with Georgians, Timur focused on Syria and in particular Aleppo and Damascus. It was his conduct at the latter city that ensured he was declared an enemy of Islam. It is entirely possible that those who lived in Damascus at that time could see the smoke rising into the sky that signified the destruction of Hama and Aleppo. Now it was their turn, and the only thing preventing them from annihilation was Mamluk's army brought by the Sultan of Egypt. In number 9 he may have inadvertently saved Europe. This is a controversial claim, but perhaps his victory over Bayezid at the Battle of Ankara in 1402 saved Europe from a Muslim conquest. European historians referred to the Ottoman Turks as the scourge of the world, and they were making real inroads in terms of European conquest by the end of 14th century. Before the formation of the Ottoman Empire in 1299, the Seljuk Turks were causing havoc. They conquered the last European stronghold in Holy Land, Acre, in 1291, and while they lost their power, the Ottomans came on the scene and were a much bigger threat. In number 10 we have Timur was a learned tyrant. It is easy to dismiss Timur as a bloodthirsty tyrant, but he was not only extremely intelligent and a military genius, he also had an appreciation for arts. During his extensive travels, Timur brought distinguished scholars with him and learned the Turkish, Mongolian, and Persian languages, although he was unable to speak Arabic. In one exchange with a Persian poet named Hafiz, Timur was astounded by a particularly clever and witty answer and presented the poet with incredible gifts. Well, that is all for 10 things you must know about Timur. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and keep following our channel for more such videos. Thank you and have a good day.